That we do, guys. Don't go anywhere. X0r6st versus Alikog. Two of these guys that have been around the Discord for quite some time. Alikog participating in the previous bracket and the first bracket as well, I believe, right? One of the
Yeah,
players.
Alikog signed up for this tournament as a sub 1200 elo player. He had a decent run in both the low bracket and the less than 1500 bracket, and he's in for an incredible challenge here as he faces X0r6st, who he won the high rated bracket of the previous tournament in this Discord.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Alikog here will have Monkey Arena as his home map. He has Mayans, Burgundians, Malians, Teutons available for himself. X0r6st has Monkey Lanes. He will have Lithuanians, Franks, Italians, and Bohemians. All civs. Popular civ around here nowadays. Don't know where I got these maps. Did I butcher that problem? That's possible. Hold on. Let me double check. So many things going on, guys. Sorry. Sorry, Banana Cove and Banana. So, this is the actual home. My apologies. Thank you, Exodus, for pointing out the... So, home maps. Banana for Alikog. They're separate. They're on the wrong side. But, we'll fix it. No problem. Alright. We're good now. Let's dive into the set, guys. Let's get everything underway here for this one. Give me a second to load up the games. Jabari, what do you think about seeing Banana and Banana Cove in these early stages here?
I dig it, man. I mean, Banana is an incredibly bizarre map with an unknown meta. Games play out unpredictably. It's also like kind of the meme map of the tournament, so I love seeing it. And on the other hand, Banana Cove, I guess it's like kind of my top home map, so I enjoy getting to see it played out, especially in the high bracket. And yeah, I think Banana Cove is a smart choice for Alikog. I think the map has a lot of upset potential. Um, Winning water, it's a simpler challenge than beating a higher rated player, like on an open map where there's so much unit variety and so many different ways in which experience can be leveraged.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yep, I think it's a smart choice from Alikog, and I appreciate X0r6st contributing to the meme culture.
Yeah, fair enough. Good play from our Mayan player this time. No loom, and has that 1-vil lead for himself.
Yep, and he's also got the map hacks, dude. Alikog basically with a wooden arena for himself here. This is sick, dude. His TC is so close to the edge. Like, his ideal wall is already like 80% completed by these trees. If you need a good map to upset a stronger player, Alikog has achieved it here, man.
Yeah, and Exorcist on the other side. Golds forward, berries forward. Only thing really safe is his main stone. And he got a little bit unlucky with his board generation as it's kind of on the other side of a wood line right now as well. So Exorcist, though, being the higher elo here, should be able to adapt to the situation. We'll see what Alikog has planned for us, though, as he obviously is paired with the Mayan Civ, and first person to do that in the bracket. Not too surprising, though, he has participated in the previous brackets.
Yep. I do worry a bit, though, Mayans versus Franks. I don't know, man. I watched X0r6st's games in the previous tournament, and the dude just has... he has clean builds. He's going to be bringing crazy cavalry numbers in a timely way. Archers don't really beat that alone. He's going to have... Alikog is going to have to mix in some really good monk play or hope to take some lucky engagement with pikes or something. Alikog is just facing such an uphill battle here, as many players are in the first round.
Yeah, and regardless of outcome, Alikog participating in all three brackets, much appreciated. Much appreciated. It's been great to have someone participate in all of them. Uh, Yo-Yo Dude will be in the same boat as well.
Yep. I also know that, hey, it's interesting. Alikog, I mean, I hope I'm not divulging their personal financial information here, but Alikog and Yo-Yo Dude have also both contacted me asking for how they can buy more Banano in addition to their prize winnings. Yeah, interesting coincidence that the two low elo players that have stuck around are also the ones who have a genuine interest in the Banano cryptocurrency.
Indeed, for sure. Uh, good. It's all good. X0r6st has yet to find his other boar. He will here in a probably really annoyed with that positioning, but nonetheless, he has pushed in some deer already, and like he's adapted just fine. Couldn't be too much of an for him.
Yep. I mean, this is a standard Arabia version from like 4-ish years ago. There's cliffs. Res is starting farther away. There's other irregularities. A lot of players seem to misinterpret it sometimes as the map being bugged, but I believe it's a pretty thoroughly tested version. Odds are, if you can't find your res, it's just a little farther away.
Definitely thoroughly tested. This is bracket number 3 after all. So we've tested it, and they've had other games on it previously. So not the Arabia that you see today, and it does equate to some interesting RNG that honestly I've been enjoying this a lot more than the current Arabia.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I think that higher rated players tend to prefer more predictability and regularity. After all, like, they are doing things in a highly optimized way, so minor differences have, like, amplified effects as opposed to, how with lower elo players are kind of just winging it anyway, so it doesn't make a big deal. But, man, it's the Banano Open Classic. We're trying to keep things a little classic. A retro Arabia fits the bill.
Yeah, for sure. And it will be Man-at-Arms, I believe, coming from Alikog, as he got one already out on the map. Is this front section about walled up? Looks like he's going to just put one palisade wall down here and actually be safe on that side as well. Lumber camp on this other closer wood line, which is also completely safe. At this point, if he gets that palisade up, the only issue he has is over here by his town center.
Yeah. As these drushes or men-at-arms are going to meet in the middle, X0r6st unfortunately gets a little bit of wolf action going on as they do a just passing here.
Yep. X0r6st up a little bit faster here, but all in all, Alikog looking pretty good at this point in the game. Man-at-Arms coming in for both players. Archery range already on its way down. Gold, though, very exposed. Barry is very exposed. So this could do damage here.
Yep. I must say, man, I love how Alikog is stepping his play up for the higher bracket. I don't believe we saw him bring in a clean Man-at-Arms build in the low bracket. And I guess he's rising to the level of the competition here.
Yeah, I love it. I love to see it happen. It's happened with some of my previous brackets, and players just getting a tournament mindset, playing more games, and practicing their build orders, and watching players improve. And we've been along for this whole ride. I think Alikog was like, I want to say 1100 in the first bracket. And this is open, so.
Yo-Yo Dude was similarly elo'd.
Yes.
What are these quick walls, bro? I think Alikog called in the Viper to play this one for him.
I doubt that, but yeah, they're looking good. But this is a problem, though. The monkey and 3 Man-at-Arms here. Nothing to counter yet for Alikog. Range is here. Archers are coming out, but one Vil will go down as X0r6st blocking it nicely with the monkey here. And we have a few idle Vils at the same time. Then on the opposite side, X0r6st, with the APM being a little bit better, going to be getting some free HP off of these Man-at-Arms as they are on stand ground, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, Alikog is doing everything right, but he's just lower APM. Like, Exorcist, I don't know, Alikog, I can't even perform this build half as well as Alikog is here. You know, he did Man-at-Arms into Archers. He attacked in a timely manner. He didn't lose the Men-at-Arms to the TC. And he's just being forced to micro hard both at home and the front. And it is just too much for him, man. Exorcist is just showing his strength here.
Yeah, I like this though. He's going to add a second archery range. He's going to be able to clear up the back of the base, and this is going to be something that I don't think we're going to see get too much damage until the archers arrive, and Exorcist has those chilling in front of his base. Man-at-Arms are in, but there's archers and more archers in production here, so...
Yep. As Alikog has taken some damage from this, it looks like the damage is about to conclude. Exorcist is going to end up being up like 2 or 3 bills. Nothing that determines the game. Alikog holding on finely here.
Yeah, Blacksmith is here as well. Fletching coming in. Archer numbers coming forward are only 6. Alikog has 7, but 1 is extremely low HP. Skirmisher chasing in here as well. So ultimately, numbers pretty close on all fronts, but Fletching being in late really costing here, and the micro is looking much better for Exorcist. Kind of expected.
You know, you say the micro is looking better for Exorcist, but if I had to guess, it looks like Alikog is actually doing the proper micro technique, using attack move rather than the stop hotkey. Alikog,
good, but
yeah, I mean, he looks good. I cannot compliment Alikog enough, knowing where he was at time of sign up, man.
yeah, exactly. Production not quite there at the moment for him either. So he's lacking a little bit in that department, but he has been under pressure and dealing with this stuff forward. Nice pickoff on that archer. Alikog gonna take the fight here, and it's downhill, which is unfortunate for him, and he lost a Vil on the wood line as well. Be good to see him pop an eagle out or two.
Completely agree. In this case, yeah, having access to eagles without needing to build a stable would be huge. When you're facing these skirms, you do have to ask yourself, what do I have that beats this? Just mirroring him and adding your own skirms feels a little bad when you're already behind. An eagle, I think, will be a brilliant play, but it doesn't look like that's occurring to Alikog.
And I think Exorcist just has more of a mass and has this hill, and he's just killed enough Vils here that this is going to slowly begin to spiral out of control for a minute. But this is a nice move attacking with the villagers here, so he will actually clean this up, but Exorcist has clicked the Castle Age already, and he is just building mass in that one town center.
Yep, Alikog's not too far behind, but like, he must just feel his opponent's relative strength. I don't know who Alikog's been practicing against, but Alikog must feel like he's done absolutely everything right, but the opponent is just showing up with more units and fighting with them effectively. It's got to be tough, as Alikog, he's going to be almost 2 minutes later. He's not fully walled versus Franks. I don't know if Alikog is going to be able to withstand the initial cavalry flood in early Castle Age here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. The build behind this for Exorcist looking very clean. Will be picking up soon as Alikog, but ultimately still lacking a little bit of food. He's going to be a full 2.5 minutes behind, it looks like, and there was already one stable and some upgrades on their way. And yes, Hitch, if you're just joining us, we were talking about that earlier. Big elo differential, but Alikog giving him a lot of credit for coming through all 3 brackets and improving his play a lot over the last
Yeah, it's got to be like a 500 plus elo gap here. And Alikog, man, he's looked good. Exorcist has just looked better. I mean, but it's been close. As Alikog, wow, takes a really good trade on these ranged units. Unfortunately, though, the real threat is not the ranged units. It's these knights that are coming in, for which Alikog has zero answer.
And Exorcist will be dropping the second town center behind this, and he'll just expand that villager lead. Exorcist additionally has Wheelbarrow, Alikog unable to get that with everything done. And we will see a very, very large investment in military from Alikog. I think this is the right play for him, to be honest.
He's lost eco, he's up later. It's a fair assumption that he will not be able to outboom just like going straight up TCs. Attempting to take a superior military position early is a way to plausibly win. I dig.
Yeah, and I think with the Mayan cheaper archers, obviously that is beneficial here as well. There are some pike or spears on the field, but take up some hits here. Would be great if he could save all of these archers until he gets crossbow and bodkin in. Looks like he will just retreat to the town center. But he's housed right now, so taking losses wouldn't be the end of the world for him here. Botkin is in, and it's only +2 already for Exorcist as well. But this will get cleaned up, and ultimately, I think these knights may have killed one Vil.
Yep, very nice from Alikog. He's officially withstood the early Castle Age attack. He's actually in the superior military position now. And he's got to use it, man, because Exorcist is going to pull away in Vils 3 TCs versus 1.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where I worry for him, though, because if he doesn't come forward and start to put pressure on very quickly, I mean, it's already a 20 Vil deficit.
Yep, I mean, he's legitimately lasted towards mid-Castle Age. Let's see what can happen, man. We've seen armies of this size roll in and kill the dozen or 2 Vils that they would need to equalize. I feel like Exorcist is gonna not take such damage, but you gotta try, man.
There's going to be a hole in between the lyrics and the archery range. Exorcist will think twice before going in there, though, and he has to know that he's in a fine spot. He was just all over the base and did not see any more town centers, so he will just continue to boom behind this and build his numbers as he is housed as well.
Yeah, and I do worry that Alikog is going to not attack here. Not attacking right away, I guess it could work if you get to Imp competitively. He's going for his own TC. I mean, Alikog's kind of in an impossible position here. When you're behind like this, it's difficult to say what the correct play is, because it's quite possible that every play is a losing play.
Yeah, and Exorcist dropping a 4th town center even, so he is looking for huge boom in a very, very quick Imperial Age victory.
Yeah, Exorcist has been called a Smurf before, but no, this is the open division. He's not competing in the 1100 bracket.
Yeah, no, the lowest player in this map is Alikog, and I think he's like 13. I know. I may be mistaken, but I think he's actually... I think he's 1300. I'm gonna go check. But
he looks to be at least 1300, regardless of what the scoreboard says.
very true, very true. Palisade wall is under extreme duress, though, and now the military has moved out, so this house wall coming in is going to be important. Will go up. This should tell Exorcist, though, that the military coming forward should realize that Alikog got him at 1220 when he signed up, and I did the final poll.
Cool. Yeah, but as Alikog is starting to prep an Eagle switch, I don't hate it, man. I mean, like I said, he's probably in a situation where literally any play is a losing play, so I will not criticize the decision. It it definitely adds to his rating potential, and rating heavily uh, is possibly an avenue back into this game. So yeah, I dig it. Eagle's cool here.
Yeah, I mean, love to see some forward siege from him at some point. Exorcist, though, his thing now is he's just going to defend with siege, his walls, and he's just going to up to imp for long, I think.
Yep, the imp is what's really scary, man. Alikog's army will stop being competitive once Exorcist gets imp. And yeah, Alikog himself is miles away from there. As he's losing pikes, he's failing to do damage.
Yep,
This eco
villager
lead is...
Yep. I was going to say, villager count is double, or just about double here for Exorcist. 4 TCs at this point. Here he's going to drop a whole bunch of stables and houses, and he will be clicking to Imperial Age here in just a second. Just idle. Wait for that goal. Get up there. But for now, the last real window that Alikog will have to try to do damage will be very difficult with 3 mangonels and 10 knights on the map here. So he is adding town centers behind this and making that eagle switch. So if he can get some eagles into raid, force his opponent to have to clean him up, might be okay. But Exorcist is going to go ahead and try to expand outside of his walls yet again. And is...
Yep. I mean, there is also the very real possibility that Alikog no longer has any expectation of winning the game. I mean, he knew when he signed up for this tournament that he would potentially be facing 2K players against which his chances of winning any game are like maybe 1% at best. And then once you like fall behind, your chances of winning the game go down to like 1 in 1,000 or something. In which case, you know, he's kind of just playing this out as an exercise, which I totally respect. And yeah, between the score and everything, I suspect that Alikog at this point is just trying to put up a noble defense. Probably would prefer to keep his army alive as long as possible rather than risk it going for a 40-ville raid or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should still try to send an eagle or two here or there, try to poke and prod, see what his opponent has. But Exorcist, showing that his elo level is high here with his crazy boot. Very defensive castle here, even for him. He's not going to risk any forward castles here. And honestly, Alikog, not bad early game whatsoever. He understood he needed to try to do damage, went and tried to do so, and then sustained minor damage. Kind of snowballed. Faster castle. I think it was like 2.5, 3 minutes faster for Exorcist. And into a gigantic boom. 128 villagers is a probably an over.
He's going paladin, bro. He needs this many. Yeah, I mean, Exorcist is not taking any chances, though. He's building a defensive castle. He's collecting relics. And yeah, I'm sure Exorcist is as comfortable as Alikog probably is worried about his abilities here.
Yeah, and the big fight will happen here with the mangonels, 3 of them being here. These crossbows will not be able to sit still, and they do take a big shot here. 1 more, and it's over. And honestly, these knights will sit Cavalier. Last armor upgrade is about to finish as well. So they will be finished off pretty quickly. And the knights have split into 2 groups. Castle forward on its way as well. And be a G.
Yep, this is the finishing blow. Alikog kind of has no reason to hang on here. He lost his army that he was guarding all game. He must be able to guess that he's horribly behind in eco. Yep. GG, well played. Indeed, it was by both players. Yes.
Yep. GG's. So we'll move on to Alikog's home map here in a second. Let's pull up the draft info, guys. Here we go. Have the maps wrong, I believe. There we go. Frank's getting the win over Lions here. Arena Cove will be game number 2, guys. We're going to dive into that one.
Yep. And Alikog, I feel like he did this in the previous bracket. He picks the water map without a water sieve for it.
I mean, it is going to be interesting. It looks like it will be Burgundians versus Romanians. Is that what I have here?
I think that he might have. I think he went Persians possibly in the previous bracket, but yes, Burgundians, Lithuanians.
All right, guys, we are in here. Alikog again in the gray with Burgundians, which is actually kind of an interesting civilization choice. I think they don't have the greatest of water, but does eco upgrades and all that could be really interesting. Let's see what he gets what. Trying to pay attention to upgrades this game. And then we have Lithuanians here for X0r6st. Immediately shifts on to wood, so he's got a build prepared for this type of map. He'll be onto fishing ships so much earlier than Alikog will be. Great.
Yep, I know that Lithuanians have like a couple different options for water maps. They can either go for the incredibly fast up with no fishing ships, or they can do what X0r6st is doing here. And I guess I dig it. I don't know, man. I personally prefer the civs that have like water units that fight better. But what do I know, man? X0r6st has the builds.
I think all of the newer civs have something on water that is viable, but they're not great. Like Lithuanians, I believe, will have really good galleon in late game, and I believe they do still have access to fire ships. Don't know about fast fire. Burgundians, I feel like, are the same way, but that's all I think maybe we may be missing shipwright for Burgundians potentially. Or Lithuanians as well. Both civs you don't see fight on pure water maps. It's not a pure water map, but it is the main water map of the bracket.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about a civ's viability on water, I feel like feudal and early castle are prime. Things like shipwright and galleon they're relevant, but it's definitely of secondary concern. Like winning the water in feudal or early castle age is where it's at. I believe that's how you win this map. For sure.
I agree. And it'll be interesting to see what goes on here. Population is ideally the same right now, but first fishing ship already out here for X0r6st, so he will soon have top advantage as dock is just now going to start coming up for Alikog. No upgrades for Alikog behind this just yet, so we'll see what he has in.
No idea how Burgundians are supposed to play a water map with regard to eco upgrades, but getting at least double bit axe ASAP feels correct.
Yep, X0r6st will lose the monkey fight. He ran and tried to get the hill, but with these monkeys you can't really do that. I think if you end up fighting, it's really whoever gets the first hit.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like there was a little bit of elevation possibly at play there.
Possibly, but nonetheless, X0r6st down a scout. Not a big deal in this game, or this map, because of the fixed starting town center positions. So you know where your opponent is, and you know they have some stone walls protecting them. But the eco here is already pulling away for X0r6st. That's the bonus for this play and this build here. We don't really see this much. Haven't seen it much at all on this map, so I'm really curious if we see more of this moving forward, or if players don't convenience here. Could be interesting.
Yeah, I think this just might be X0r6st flexing his builds and his general flexibility here, man. I think there's other civs with much more straightforward water bonuses.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he's gonna be up here in a second. He's getting loom right now, it looks like. And nope, no loom even. Oh, it already completed. He's on his way up already. Super fast up, really. And it's gonna work out for him where he has 6 fishing ships compared to just 2 of Alikog. And Alikog is getting loom now. He already has double bid X and short on flag. Maybe he'll get it at the last second. And he does. Up. Will be about 40 seconds behind or something.
That's not the worst here. I think that with Defender's advantage, he might be okay. It's not like he's going to lose his fishing ships before he even gets a single unit out. But X0r6st timing advantage here is substantial.
Yeah, and second dock coming up here for X0r6st as well. Be interesting to see how this goes about, as X0r6st I think is blocking the dock.
Yep, super annoying for sure. I don't know if it's that effective in the end. I mean, I think on most water maps it's smart to scout the enemy docks with your fishing ships. Here I think it's kind of unnecessary, but he did actually delay Alikog's dock there, so I won't criticize the move.
Yeah, for sure. And Elbit X was already researched here for Alikog, who just got gold shaft or gold mining as well. So he's going for a little bit more of an eco approach with Burgundians, which is kind of expected at this point. Fire galleys will be production. Both players, it looks like. Maybe. Oh no, this is a galley opening for Burgundian. Okay. Well, this will be interesting to see how this one works out.
Yeah, and Alikog also devastatingly has his fishing ships taking shorefish, which I think he just recognized and is, yeah, okay, correcting it now.
On the other side, fire galleys already on their way out. 2 of them here already, and the galleys are just about to pop out and will have to be microed very consistently behind this.
Yeah.
Now.
Ooh, horse collar is kind of a waste, man. I worry for Alikog at this point. As the fishing ships do go down, oh boy. Yeah, X0r6st just showing up nice and early with these fire galleys. Alikog is not ready to take the fight yet. Maybe he was planning on losing those all along, which explains the horse collar and early deer. Definitely taking his time to show the galleys as well, which is definitely smart. X0r6st at this point has no clue what Alikog's going for. As far as X0r6st knows, Alikog is actually going FC and just has 1 unit garrison, and all of these is a decoy.
Yeah, but I think even with the eco upgrades here a little early, they're pretty similar now, and galley numbers aren't impressing me yet. So really needs to, there we go, he's queuing more now. Will pop out of this dock and show that he does have galleys in it. So he's going to try to run from the other side. But now the military numbers on water definitely still in favor here for X0r6st, and Alikog unable to fight these as far as he needs.
Yep, he loops back around to try and get all of his units in one ball, which he successfully does. He does have fletching, but the fires just have him outnumbered. Yeah, he needs to run longer in his kite to actually build the distance. It looks like Alikog is getting chewed up here. It was a good attempt, man.
Yeah, I think honestly in this position, cancel what you have producing and you just go for a faster castle and maybe dock the shoreline later and try to knock your opponent off water or something. This many fire ships losing as many galleys as you are. I don't even know if he's getting proper value out of a galley at this point.
Yeah.
KD, not the greatest.
Yep, Alikog is not building mass here as Exorcist goes for that pincer I keep talking about, sending one fire galley behind in the direction that Alikog was kiting, forcing Alikog to give up his kite and just take massive damage. Alikog's numbers are still at the point where it's theoretically possible for him to do this, though, as a big demo comes in. That helps a bit, but the fundamental dynamics of the fight are still against Alikog, man.
Yep, and the eco behind this as well. Alikog has had some more idle TC time given all the micro. And Exorcist, like we talked about before with that APM, just a little bit easier for him to do more things at once here.
Yep. As another demo comes out, this could be good for Alikog. I mean, Alikog has even numbers on water? Almost no. A ton just disappeared.
Yeah, and he's got Exorcist sending more and more, adding another dock here. And honestly, he's just going to focus down the docks now. I think that's the right move for Exorcist. Keep using what you have to deal with these two units. But yeah, eventually Alikog looks away and he'll lose all of his numbers. Exorcist moving out across the map too. He's going to come very far forward and drop a house, so perhaps he's going to try to wall his opponent into a corner back here. And Market going to be coming up for Alikog, but Castle Age has been selected about a minute ago already for Exorcist as well.
Yep, and I do love the move to come forward. Exorcist is 1 water. If he can be faster to the fight on land, it kind of guarantees his victory.
And we do see Avil coming forward as well for Alikog, probably to try to stonewall this smaller gap here and keep his opponent from making his way over here. But we will see just passing a barracks, a house, and a few bills here. All the docks will down. Castle Age has been selected for Alikog though.
Yeah, the just passing, though, is much worse for Alikog than it is for Exorcist, I feel. I mean, Exorcist is going to be able to pressure Alikog heavily on land, in addition to on water. Plus, he's going to have a huge eco advantage from the fish. Plus, he's faster to Castle Age.
Yep.
There's just so many things in Exorcist's favor here. Alikog, I hate to say it, has lost the game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very hard to come back here. He's going to go double stable, but I don't think he can afford to produce out of double stable at this point. So, see what he's got. Exorcist, very, very heavy on the fish still. Only 6, actually. Could be a little bit better, but War Galley upgrade coming in as well. And this is a Monk Siege push now as well coming forward here, as Exorcist has been around for a while. We do rather frequently, actually.
Yep, I like it. Monk Siege will end this promptly. I mean, with a huge eco advantage behind it, I don't see how Alikog can resist. Though, given that he's going Monk Siege, double stable feels pretty nice for defense.
It does indeed. Castle Age then Man at Arms upgrade came in as well, which is interesting. Monk gonna convert a Vil here, and this Vil might actually let these spears this gate wide open. And he will think twice about that, but he could easily just get a transport and walk in.
Yep. As Alikog will show us again what he can do for defense, but the monks, man, oh boy. Nice delete from Alikog. He's just in such a rough spot. I personally, even in a tournament game, would GG from Alikog's position here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough. But, I mean, again, he knew he was going to be going up against some opponents that were going to be better than him here. So, do appreciate him and the other players in the bracket as well in that situation.
For
Wanting to
sure,
fill it
man.
all out. That's why we are still casting these games for them.
For sure, dude. I mean, I'm gonna find myself in a similarly disadvantageous elo position in my next round, and at least one of the games I expect to play out to a true bitter end. You know.
Fair enough. But yeah, Alikog gonna be wide open here in a second, and Redemption coming in for X0r6st, among other techs that have come in on Asteries. There are 6 monks on the field. Cavalier and Husbandry coming in next here for Alikog, but again, even if he can produce some of these numbers, it would be for too long. Not in the greatest of positions to mass produce those. Maybe adding Light Cav in would be beneficial as well.
Yeah, Cavalier with monks like this is a disaster waiting to happen.
You cancel them?
That would be smart, man. I think that he
did.
just. Yeah, it's not too difficult to imagine the monks doing work on the Cavalier. As oh boy, if X0r6st sees this castle foundation, I bet he would monk trick to deny it.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but he's getting castle up since it has not been seen. Pikeman upgrade coming in here, and the siege and all the units can actually go along the shoreline and still find damage here. So this castle doesn't really give him a lot of protection.
It protects all of his farms. It kind of protects a gold. It's decent for his survivability right now, I'll say.
Yep, castle coming forward here for X0r6st as well. Illnet's coming in behind. 14 ships for X0r6st. Wondering, not really wanting to take our eyes off the screen here for everything that's going on. And like we're going to see X0r6st start to convert buildings. Bot Canero might not even come in here, depending on how fast this can. Yep, Bot Canero canceled, so gonna be GG's here for Alikog. Again, can't say enough nice things about Alikog, and I'm super happy he was in all 3 brackets. But there isn't much he can do. This charge attack is gonna be really nice against this, but GG, good luck next. X0r6st takes that here 2 games.
Yep, very impressive performance in game 1. I think that it does kind of teach us a lesson, though, that meta playing meta against a much stronger player might not be the way to go. That's not to say that there's necessarily another strategy that will give you a better chance, but honestly, Alikog's performance in game 1, the cleanliness of his build and the smartness of his plays early on were incredibly impressive. But he was just playing X0r6st at his own game, meta play on Arabia, you know? Yep. And it's just so difficult to overcome this elo gap playing standardly or playing any way at all.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, a huge thank you to him, and congratulations to X0r6st, who will be moving on here